Hey Fragrance family, I'm Daver and I'm a fragrance bro. Welcome to day one of Rose Month. And today I'm going to kick off Rose Month with a heavy hitter, one that everyone probably knows about, and this is Rose 31 by Labo. I thought this was a really fitting fragrance because, for one, obviously there's rose in the name, it's a rosy fragrance. But two, it has 31 for 31 days of the month. See what I did there? So it's kind of a cool metaphor for the rest of the month. And I wanted to start off with a bang just because this is a fragrance that many people enjoy and love and recognize. It was one that was recommended many times for Rose Month. So what do I think? Well, this fragrance has a lot of love, and I do see why. The funny thing I think about this fragrance is one thing that Luca Turin commented on in his book Fragrance the Guide. He said that he apparently doesn't like any Labo fragrances. It's pretty well known in that book. He also has a chip on his shoulder. But when he was talking about Rose 31, he called it carrot juice. I get a kick out of that whenever every time I read it. I laugh so hard just because it's so ridiculous. But he says there's no rose in this. He doesn't know what they put in there. I understand where he's coming from because it's not a typical rose fragrance. And a lot of people call this a dirty rose. I get that a lot. I've heard that a lot from people, and I don't really get that. This is a very fresh fragrance. It has rose in there. It's different from a normal rose. It doesn't have all those soapy connotations that a lot of rose does. It does kind of feel powdery. It does kind of have a little baby powder smell in there, which I don't like. That's from the rose. But it has a peppery smell from the guaiac wood, and it's pretty musky, and there's some caraway or cumin in there. Overall, I think it's okay. I don't really think it's that amazing though. I remember, we actually did a video. I think maybe it was a collaboration video. It could be, I don't remember which one it was, but we were talking about our top. Each of us were talking about, Jeremy and I were talking about our top 5 spring scents, and this was on there. And I wore it a couple of times and I liked it, but I think, now I don't know if I like it as much as I did then. I only had a little tiny sample of it, and I tried it for a few times, and I kind of think this is a little overrated. The rose goes away after a few hours, and after that you're kind of left with just this peppery guaiac musky smell with some cumin in there. And I mean, I like that. I mean, it's okay. It's not really rosy, but I don't know. I just kind of think this was kind of a miss for me. I just don't think it's that amazing. It just seems a little overrated. Performance on this is really good. Like I don't remember how long it was, but it was probably in the 10th hour. So it was really good. My wife, she thought it smelled okay. She didn't like it on me. She thought I smelled pretty, and she was making fun of me the whole time. So that's a big downer. So I probably won't wear that around her anymore. Overall, I'm not going to get this fragrance. I do think it's overrated, and it's just a decent fragrance. It doesn't have that much rose in there. All the other notes kind of overpowered it. That's not a bad thing, but I just didn't really care for it. You would think that a rose that is called Rose 31 would have a lot of rose in it, and I see it a little bit. It really kind of perplexes me because the Labo naming system will note the first note in their name. So rose has is the most prominent note in Rose 31 according to them, and then the number is how many notes ingredients are in the fragrance. So supposedly 31 ingredients. I would almost call this guaiac 31 because I smell a lot more guaiac than I do of anything else. But whatever. So those are my thoughts on Rose 31. Kind of a lackluster day, but maybe tomorrow we'll pep up some. So we'll see you tomorrow.